Next to the war in Ukraine, and President Volodymyr Zelensky has once again accused Russia of being a terrorist state after Moscow's troops targeted the port city of Odessa in their latest strike.
Last night, the Russian forces carried out a missile strike on a village in the Odessa region. 7-caliber sea-based missiles were fired against an ordinary village. These are not cheap or simple missiles. Russia was very proud of them, and what did they hit? An ordinary rural field and a non-working farm, rural houses, outdoor buildings, the house of culture. There is no military sense. It's just terror.
Attacks in eastern and southern Ukraine, while President Putin was in Tehran to hold three-way talks. Russia ramped up attacks in eastern and southern Ukraine while President Vladimir Putin was in Tehran to hold three-way talks with Turkey and with Iran. Putin accused Ukraine of violating agreements that had been virtually reached during talks in Turkey in March.
President Erdogan is doing a lot to create the conditions to normalize the situation. There were well-known talks in Istanbul when we almost reached an agreement. We only needed to initiate it. But it is known that after this, and after our troops pulled off from the center of Ukraine and from Kyiv to create these conditions, Kyiv's authorities refused to implement these agreements that were virtually reached.
The US has accused Russia of following the Crimea playbook in eastern Ukraine. The UK and US intelligence, though, claim that Russia has been unable to make major gains in its operation in the east of the country.
We're seeing ample evidence in the intelligence and in the public domain that Russia intends to try to annex additional Ukrainian territory. Russia is beginning to roll out a version of what you could call an annexation playbook, very similar to the one we saw in 2014. Already, Russia is installing illegitimate proxy officials in the areas of Ukraine that are under its control. And we know their next moves. First, these proxy officials will arrange sham referenda on joining Russia. Then, Russia will use those sham referenda as a basis to try to claim annexation of sovereign Ukrainian territory. The Russian government is reviewing detailed plans to purportedly annex a number of regions in Ukraine, including Kherson, Zaporizhia, all of Donetsk and Luhansk oblasts.